Welcome to the MVP Show. Full show notes for this episode can be found at nz365guy.com/333. Nice and easy. Before we chat with today's guest, here's a quick message from our sponsors. Today's show is brought to you by the 90-Day Mentoring Challenge. This will be the 5th year that I've run the program to help turbocharge your Microsoft business application career. If you want to be mentored in the next 90-Day Mentoring Challenge, please go to nz365guy.com/mentoring. And that'll have all the latest information for you. With that, let's get on with the show. Today's guest is from Nepal. He works as a practice lead in the Power Platform. He recently became an MVP, so it's going to be interesting to uncover his journey for that. He is the co-founder of Voices of Crisis. It's a platform integrated by a group of young people from Nepal where general people are encouraged to share their stories. He's also a recipient of the Microsoft FastTrack Recognized Solution Architect, the premium award of our industry at this time. So outstanding effort there. He's a pop culture aficionado and a massive bear fan. You can check him out on Twitter at IamSummit, SUMIT, and his blog, Summit Bajracharya. I think I got that right. We'll check. Summit, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mark. That was like the best introduction anyone had ever done for me.
How do you pronounce your last name correctly? Let's get that right so the listeners know exactly who they're hearing from.
Yeah, it's pretty long, so it's Bajracharya.
Bajracharya. Nice. Does it mean anything?
It does. We're kind of inherited from Buddhism, so it's a form of Buddhism where we have some stuff, but I don't know in details. So yeah.
Well, Nepal is one of those countries that to a Kiwi is very well known, and we've heard it in childhood stories growing up because Sir Edmund Hillary climbing, from Nepal to climbing the largest mountain in the world, and you come from a pretty famous place.
Yeah, like Edmund Hillary is part of our course book. We have to study it because he climbed the Everest.
Yeah, amazing. And then what's the other? My connections to this place is, have you heard of the Fred Hollows Foundation?
No.
Okay, so the Fred Hollows Foundation, in a former career I did work for, and I went to North Africa and set up was involved in commissioning a lab around what's called interocular lenses, which is when people get cataract blindness, they can have the lens replaced in their eye and they can see again. And our company also in Nepal built a manufacturing facility because cataract blindness is something that is common in Nepal as well. And so built a facility to manage these lenses that can replace the lens in your eye if it's gone blind. And so that's my connection with Nepal.
Wow, that's great to hear.
Quite interesting. I've not visited myself. I did the North Africa trip. I wasn't on the Nepal trip, which I would have loved to have been. And I was so pleased, to see that. Are you the only BizApp MVP in Nepal, or is there others?
I'm not sure about the business app. There are a couple of MVPs, but I think I'm the only business app MVP here.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And, I look around and it seems you're doing great stuff in the community. Your YouTube channel, it looks amazing. Real stunning stuff there and what you're doing around PowerApps. So, that's awesome to see. I see you're active on Twitter and of course this Power, the Microsoft FastTrack Recognized Solution Architect, that's a pretty big deal. Did you just recently get that at the recent BizApp Summit?
Yeah. I recently get at Embass. Though they announced that to me before a month before, but the official announcement happened at the Embass.
Wow. So how big is the Power Platform in Nepal?
Quite honestly, not that big. Since my company is based on Seattle, so most of our clients are US based. Yeah, so within Nepal, it's not as big. I try to find out if there are other companies that are working on the Power Platform. I hear there was just another one who is also a UK based company that is remotely working from Nepal. So yeah, not that big in terms of dynamics. It is, but Power Platform it's still growing.
Yeah. And so, tell us a bit about the company you work for.
So I work for a company called Signatech, but it's a child company of a company based off Nepal called Leapfrog. So within Signatech, the Leapfrog is primarily focused on all other kinds of software as well, but Signatech is specifically dedicated to Microsoft related technologies. So currently we are working on the mass vaccination solution, which is we are using Power Platform to provide the vaccination solutions uh, s- in different parts of United States. So basically, we have a front end portal plus Power Platform and Dataverse, which supports the checking of vaccinated patients that comes for vaccinations. We keep their records, their medical informations, their eligibility stuff. So yeah, it's mostly focused on vaccination and using our system. In overall, I think we have till now vaccinated around 300,000 people.
Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. And so tell us a bit about how. First of all, I always like to know a bit about your region in the globe, and of course, Kathmandu.
Mhm.
It's another big famous brand in New Zealand of outdoor clothing and everything. And is that? Do you live in Kathmandu?
Yeah, I live in Kathmandu. Yeah.
Nice, nice. What's the best thing to eat there?
Uh, Mostly people like momos here. It's a kind of a dumpling. Yeah.
And do you eat the dumpling with something like a soup or something?
Yes, yes, it's eaten with the soup. The regular food here is dal bhat, which is rice and curry. But in terms of delicacies, I think yeah, the dumpling is the one which is called momos here.
Wow, wow. And so you know, have you traveled much, or have you pretty much been based in Nepal for your entire career?
No, I have been a frequent traveler. So I studied in France for a year. So while I was there, I traveled across like almost most of the places in Europe, almost like 12 to 13 countries over there. Yeah. So I was a Erasmus scholar while I was in France, which is a scholarship provided by European Union. So yeah, while I was there, I traveled a lot. And year back before all this pandemic happened, I was in Seattle, working for the client. Almost stayed about 2 months over there.
Wow, 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 wow. And tell us a bit about your family.
So in my family, I have a father, mother, and I have a brother. And uh, just almost a year back, I just got married. So I have a wife. Yeah.
Nice. Excellent bonus, as in good you got married. Was it before COVID started or?
Actually, it was planned somewhere around I think it was planned somewhere around April. Then the COVID started and the lockdown started happening, and since it was planned for that particular period, we couldn't wait longer. So as soon as the lockdowns were pretty loosened up by the government, we gathered few people and just got married in a small ceremony.
I love it. Well done, well done. Congratulations. So tell me about how you got ultimately into Power Apps.
So first, initially I started as a Java developer. So I used to work in Java, Groovy, and Grails. But then my company owner, whose name is Chandika, he was a ex Microsoft employee, and he was pretty much interested in investing in Power Platform because he had his friends in Microsoft who said like it's going to be really big. But at that point of time, Power Apps was just starting off, so we are not sure. But he still wanted to take that risk, and he wanted to get somebody involved. So I was the first one in my company who started researching on Power Apps, understanding its capabilities. Almost in I think 2016. I think it's in 2017. Yeah. So during that time, I started researching on Power Platform, try to like we didn't had any clients on Power Platform, but I almost work around 6 to 7 months just figuring out what we can do with Platform. So try to learn lots of things. Wasn't engaged in any project because we didn't had one. It was just starting off, but then eventually we had a project from a company called Hopelink, which is a non-profit agency in Seattle. So we started working for Hopelink. Then we started to get connected with Microsoft, and there were quite few conversation with the product team. So it was uh, it was quite a journey. Then this COVID happened, and we started to get some clients from actually not clients. We built a product with Power Platform backed, which was again the mass vaccination solution, and we have a couple of cities that are using this platform.
Wow, this is so good, so good. So when you spent that time learning the Power Platform and you didn't have a project, what were the type of tools you used to kind of so that you could learn the technology? What did you kind of do?
Uh, I just started building myself. So that's the best way because uh, I don't know, it has been difficult for me to study and read documentation. So I just started to build myself and started doing things on my own, making small projects myself, and just exploring the capabilities on my own by building stuff. Yeah, and that's how I yeah.
Did you have like a specific project in mind? Like, did you create an app to do something specific?
I started with a leave application and a work from home request application, and yeah, that was the one. And then I started building upon it. Added few stuff. Then same app, we put it in the my Power Platform showcase as well, which featured in the initial showcase section there that used to be there in Power Platform, but I think they converted it to the official app source, I guess. But yeah, initially it was part of Microsoft Showcase as well.
And so tell us a bit about your journey to the Fast Track Recognized Solution Architect. What was involved in getting that, and how long did the process take?
Uh, Actually, it it was easier than being an MVP for me, at least, because I didn't expect that to happen. So my company owner, he said that there is this thing called Fast Track Solution Architect, and I'm going to nominate you. So he nominated me and sent a couple of architecture of the project that we done, which was basically of Hopelink, and for another project, another client called SVNA, which is called Seattle Nursing Association, for whom we created a flu shot app on PowerApps. So he submitted that, and they emailed me back asking for more details on the architectures and the stuff and the work that I have done. Then they scheduled an interview, but since they scheduled on the Seattle time, and I got confused with the time zone, so I it was late at midnight on Nepal time, so I slept during that day, and then in the morning I realized that I missed that interview. And but they were so sweet that they reach out to me that the interview was missed, and if they want to reschedule or something like that, then I said, okay, let's schedule, but let's keep it at a time when a convenient time. So they scheduled at around 4:30 in the morning, which was good for them and not bad for me. So yeah, early in the morning, I wake up and give that interview, and it was pretty interesting. They asked me stuff about Power Platform, my engagement, and they also kind of asked lots of technical questions, and I think it went good. And after a month, I guess, I got the email that I was the Fast Track Solution Architect.
Nice, so good. What type of technical questions do they cover?
Mostly related to Power Apps, regarding application cycle management, regarding
ALM stuff, yeah.
yeah, regarding the pro dev tools that I use, or regarding uh, general Power App stuff, regarding performance. Also, they ask quite a few stuff. So yeah, generally things that we do in Power Apps, but in more architecture level.
Nice, nice. And then, so in parallel of that, of course, how long have you been an MVP now? Just this year, is it?
Yeah, actually, the gap between MVP and FastTrack was around a month. So this was also I was not expecting, because I got nominated way back in January, and it took quite a time for response to come. So I thought like it will almost take 6 to 7 months. So I was not that much anticipating that to come. It took around 4 months. So yeah, I think. It was announced in May that I was fast track. Then, yeah, same around a week or so, it was announced that I have my MVP as well.
Incredible, incredible. What's the impact been for you? For, as in, what's changed? What is there been any major change since becoming a fast track recognized solution architect and getting the MVP?
Yeah, the major change is I get too many LinkedIn requests, which was like, yeah, I get too many LinkedIn requests. So like almost 10 to 15 LinkedIn requests every day. And apart from that, I think in terms of my company as well, expectation have been really good, and they have been appreciating really well. So yeah, in terms of life, it's being pretty same, but in terms of work and in terms of what I can expect with life has become a little bit higher.
Hmm. What's the best part about being an MVP?
The information that I am getting via emails, lots of call informations and everything. Sadly, most of those calls, MVP calls, are scheduled in Seattle time, so it's in midnight, which is a little difficult for me to join. But I try to join as much as possible.
Yeah, I have the same thing in New Zealand. Is that they're generally scheduled at like anything from 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Mainly 3 and 4 a.m. is when those calls appear for me. So very early.
Yeah, I think another benefit is the LinkedIn Premium that you get. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell me what's involved. What's in LinkedIn Premium? A lot of listeners might not know what's included in that.
You can see how many people viewed your profile. Apart from that, there is a good learning center in LinkedIn. So yeah, you get access to all these contents from the learning center in LinkedIn, which is pretty cool. Apart from that, I think you can send direct messages. So I haven't sent any till yet, but I think if I want to do any events in Nepal and I want to reach out to another MVPs, maybe I can have this access to send direct email inboxes. So yeah, this could be helpful there.
Yeah, very good. I totally agree that the LinkedIn Learning benefit, which is of course full access to all the LinkedIn Learning content, is just amazing. I've watched and been through lots of the training that's available on LinkedIn Learning. Very good, very good. Okay, if people asked you, how do I become a fast track recognized solution architect, or how do I become an MVP, what bit of advice do you commonly give them?
So for fast track, I think it's more about engaging in your work and doing some great work. Then you're having your uh, company nominate you. Then there is a process behind it. But for fast track, you need to have certain kind of experience in terms of the implementation you do. So yeah, the more challenging projects you do, I think the more it gives you more experience on getting this fast track solution architect. And in terms of MVP, it's more about community contribution in terms of speaking engagement, and in terms of the thing I do is YouTube. So mostly my engagement is basically the speaking and the YouTube. Blogs, I try to write, but it's more easier for me to do the YouTube videos. So that's the comfort area that I have been engaged in. So yeah, find your comfort region and the way you can engage with the community, the way you can develop your expertise, and I think these rewards will follow you.
I like it. Tell me about the Power Platform user group in Kathmandu.
Yeah, that's also something when it was announced in Embass that we can form our own communities in Power Users platform that Microsoft provides. So I quickly called my group, which is working in my platform. So I created this Power User Community group. Before that, also we used to do events. We did a Global Power Platform Bootcamp. But at that point of time, this user group feature was not available in Power Users. So we just called like Power Enthusiasts did this event. We also did another event with another MVP, I think in December, uh, whose name is Vesa from Finland. So we have been doing a couple of events before as well, but we didn't had a formalized group. Then we formed this group so that we can like combine all those events in one place.
I like it. I like it. Well, our time is up, but I always like to wrap up with some quick fire questions. Are you ready for yours?
Sure.
Okay, what was the last thing you completed on your bucket list?
Being an MVP, I guess.
Nice. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Both, I guess. Depends on the time. Yeah, I don't have a fixed schedule of sleeping, so
Nice. And final question, what is something you'll never do again? You've done it once, but you'll never do it again.
yeah. So I just got my MVP award, and there is this thing where you can put this year thing. Yeah, that fell off my hand, and it got a little scratch. So that's something I'll never do because I almost had a heart attack.
I like it. I like it. Good answer. Good answer. Well, Summit, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Mark, for inviting me to your show. Really loved your show. It helped me a lot in achieving my MVP goals as well. So thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Business Application MVP Mark Smith, also known as the NZ365 Guy. If you like the show and want to contribute or support the show, please go to buymeacoffee.com/NZ365Guy. Once again, stay safe out there, and thanks again, and see you next time.